Greetings and salutations. Your Thursday edition of the Morning Minute. My name is Nate Lundy. Right there is Shawn Drotar. Thank you for stopping by here as we continue to roll through the Broncos bye week. Week 11 in the NFL is upon us, and we'll preview a little bit of that tomorrow. Obviously, the Chargers are also on their bye, but we'll keep track of what's happening with Oakland and Kansas City. We'll talk about that in tomorrow's minute. But today actually takes us to 20th and Blake. Shawn, a hire by the Colorado Rockies that when the announcement was made yesterday afternoon, you were smiling.
Yeah, the snow's supposed to start flying in Denver at some point today, and as usual, I'm still thinking baseball. But the Rockies made an interesting hire. Bud Black brings in Mike Redmond as bench coach, former manager of the Marlins, longtime MLB catcher. Bud Black, of course, longtime pitcher as well. The Rockies now have two guys outside the organization, number basically 1 and 2 in the pecking order now, running the team from day to day and going ahead and going with the guys who had not been within the organization, sort of a fresh start. But Nate, until they get the authority to hire maybe a new pitching coach, a new bullpen coach, a new third base coach, Bud Black doesn't seem to have the entire power that it looks like he does.
Yeah, not quite there yet, but again, a couple of names from outside the organization that wind up helping with Black and Redmond. So an interesting hire, one that you can probably feel pretty good about, and you have a manager that's a pitcher and a bench coach that's a catcher, so if they get bored, they can go out to the bullpen. Last night,
they might need him during games.
Last night, the Nuggets get a victory over the Phoenix Suns. That is the first home win for the Nuggets so far this season at Pepsi Center. So that was obviously a big one for them to be able to have that happen in front of the home crowd. However, you pointed out, Shawn, Nuggets jump out to a big lead at one point up by 20. Phoenix cuts it down to 7. So far in this young season, we've seen the Nuggets screw that up and turn that into a loss. This time they hold on.
This time they do hold on. It gets a little close. You know, you had that oh no feeling again that it was starting to slip through their fingers. They actually turned on the gas. They played very, very well and ended up winning that game going away. What's more exciting, Wilson Chandler's numbers were very, very good. Kenneth Faried's numbers, very good in the starting role. That's exciting. The most exciting thing to me, however, the sort of straw that stirs the drink. Emmanuel Mudiay, 38 minutes. No turnovers. First time in his career he's ever played that many minutes with no turnovers whatsoever.
Yeah, that's a big number. CU has their big game coming up on Saturday. We'll talk about that tomorrow as they will host Washington State. The Cougars coming up to Boulder to take on the Buffs, and so we'll be previewing that for you tomorrow. We'll also be talking about that game tomorrow on the radio show. Make sure you're with us starting at 7 a.m. Mile High Sports Radio, AM 1340, FM 104.7. We'll be with you for a Football Friday. We'll have our picks against the spread, which are always terrible. Really bad. Remember, if you missed any part of the show, any of the interviews that we have, you can always find those at 5280sportsnetwork.com. Just go to the podcast section, including our visit this morning with our buddy Brad Evans from Yahoo Fantasy Football with some deep waiver claims that might help you out here in Week 11. So if you didn't get a chance to hear it, check that out. It's archived in the podcast
His
section.
picks are better than ours.
In
generally every way.
But he's also drunk, so, you know, there's that, too.
You didn't pick up Jared Goff. That's what I did, so
you're drunk.
I have no such excuse.
For the drunk Shawn Drotar, my name is Nate Lundy. This has been your Morning Minute on Thursday, 5280 Sports Network. We'll talk to you tomorrow.